Okay, so Asian TikToker is going viral on TikTok right now because she restitched a video from a black creator in which he is insinuating that it is okay for non-black people to say the N word in songs and things like that.
I may get shit for this, but I don't think white people should stop singing the song when the N word comes up. The rapper made that song for you to enjoy, whoever is the listener. And the rapper is clearly not offended with whoever's rapping their lyrics. If I was a rapper, I would probably be a little bit offended if someone's rapping my lyrics and then they had to stop and pause because they can't say the following lyric. Picture this. I'm a rapper. I'm on stage, right? And I'm rapping and the N-word comes up in my song, right? And the white people in my crowd say along the song and don't skip it. What am I supposed to do? Jump in the crowd and whoop everybody's ass? Hear me out. You see where I'm coming from, right? I'm making sense.
Because they believe that the artist is okay with it. The artist made music for you to enjoy. She then again stitches it and says that black people should not be offended, and non-black people. She said that non-black people get the most offended when they see or they hear that other non-black people are saying the N-word.
I've been waiting what felt like my entire life for someone to say this because ever since I started listening to rap music, I felt the exact same way, but I was just really hesitant to express my opinions since I don't feel qualified because I'm not black. And if I'm being real, everyone already says it to songs in private. I mean, at least everyone that I know of. So what's the point of not saying it in public when you say it in private? And you would assume that it's the black people who would be the most offended, but no, it's the leftist, non-black people who are immediately up in arms about it when someone accidentally says the N-word to a lip sync. I just think it's funny because who the fuck are you to determine whether it's offensive or not when it's not your culture, it's not your word?
First of all, let me make a point. Let me start with his point. His point is that black artists make music that you can enjoy, and so you should be cool with saying that word. That's no. Um, Also, just because you have black groups or black people that are insinuating or okay with you saying the N word to them, they do not speak for the black community. When it comes to this word, we have already determined this word to be demeaning coming out of non-black people's mouths. Black people have repurposed this word for themselves exclusively, and that's it. Just because you are around that one black person or that one black group that's allowing you to say it does not give you okay to say it to other black people. And we do that for all different cultures. But for some reason, because black people put it in their music, it just gives them it just gives everybody the okay to use it. That's not true. We understand how that works. We've seen other cultures do it, take words, repurpose that word for their exclusivity, and that's fine. Especially like with women when they use the word bitch. It is not okay for me as a man to call a woman a bitch out in the public and things like that. It is offensive. I can understand how it's offensive, and it is demeaning. But if I see a girl and her homegirl call each other bitch, it might not be, hostile. It might just be them being funny and them laughing it off and things like that. It's a clear understanding. Honest with you, I've never seen a culture so adamant about not just conservatives, but just white people, people who surround themselves in whiteness. Even though this is an Asian woman, she definitely surrounds herself in whiteness, where everybody is so keen on trying to say a slur. When we talk about Jewish people, we talk about Hispanic people. There are verbiages that are demeaning to those cultures. Y'all aren't quick to call those. You're not quick to say those words. Tell you a quick story, real quick, man. I used to work at a camp, and there was this white boy named Luke. And that's his real name, Luke. I don't know his last name, but that's his real name. And he was kind of like the weirdo on camp. He was a weird guy. He was a very like forward, but he always said what was on his mind and things like that. And one day, there was another Asian brother that also worked at the camp, and they were just telling jokes, but he called him I think it's a CH. It starts with a CH. And if you are Asian, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He calls him this word, and it is an Asian slur. And I'm coming back onto campus, and they got rid of this guy within that time frame. So I'm like, damn, what happened? This is like probably like a couple of days or something like that. We're coming back on the campus, and they explained to me what happened. Now, for me personally, as a black man, this is the first time me ever hearing this word. I actually had never heard of this word. I've never heard anybody call somebody that, or even like Asian people. I got Asian friends, and I've never heard them say that word. Um, and so, long story short, they told me the word and they told me the history behind the word. I left it at that. I know the word. I would never think to see another Asian person, even if I heard it in the song. I would never think to see that Asian person and say, "Hey, my whatever." You know what I'm saying? Or call them whatever. You know what I'm saying? I would never think to do that because I understand that that's a part of their culture. Now, two Asian people can probably go at each other and say that word to each other and not feel an ounce of demeaning or anything like that, because I would think that they took that word, repurposed it for their culture, and it means something different to them, as versus like me as a black man. And I don't have a reason to do that. Like, I just don't. I don't want to offend them, right? But there's also this point of just like when she keeps saying that you shouldn't be offended. Again, this man that you're stitching does not represent the full black community. And again, this word is already put out there that it's a demeaning, derogatory language. Again, she also talks about how something is seen as racist, or the music must be racist, because it is a demeaning term for her. It must be racist because it's a demeaning term, even though they use it as homeboy, whatever the case may be.
So I already replied to this, and if you want to go read it, then you can click on this comments, and I'm going to further explain. So the difference is that these slurs are never not used in a racist way, but the N-word is used among black people in a non-racist way to refer to each other as homeboy or buddy or best friend or whatever, right? So if a song has those slurs, the song has to be racist because those slurs are only ever used in a derogatory way. Even if the songwriter is an Asian person, they're using it in a derogatory way. So the point I'm trying to make is saying the C slurs to a song and saying the N-word to a song are completely different things. Like,
Ma'am, that does not make sense. What you just said didn't make sense because we took the word and made it exclusive. It could mean for us a plethora of different things. It's just like a double meaning. It's just like, you know what I mean? And depending on whose mouth it comes out of, and depends on what situation it comes out of, it can either mean, someone can be offended by it, or someone can be, depending on the culture, someone can be not offended about it. But for you specifically, it is offensive because you are an Asian person calling me the N-word. It's that simple. It's really not a hard explanation. But the one thing I do want to take away from this and leave you with is, hey man, you get around the wrong people, they're gonna punch you in the mouth. I'm gonna tell you it just like that, and it's gonna be well deserved because everybody gets it. The fact that non-black people are telling you not to say that word, they're trying to help you. They're trying to help you out by saying that, hey, bro, you might not want to say that word and get into a habit of saying that word. And then you get into a culture where you're probably angry or you're probably just super excited. You just say the word and now you getting, you getting hit in the mouth. So, hey, man, that's up to you. That's your business. Peace.